Good morning, good morning, good morning. Drop me a comment if you're here. I'm on Instagram as well this morning. Why not? Oh, that heat has to turn off. That heat has to turn off because I can't breathe. Good morning. Happy Friday. Drop me a comment if you're here. Hello, I'm on Instagram. Hi, Kelly. Good morning. Good morning. Hello in Texas over there on Instagram. I'm in both places. I decided to turn that on as well. Why not? Why not? Good morning. Happy Friday. This is kind of like growing into one of my most favorite things during the week. So, finally. Okay. I think you're excited because you're here. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning in Indiana. I hear it's cold. Was there a big basketball game last night? Hoosiers, Indiana, somebody. I think there was. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I don't know why my eyes are so watery, but they are this morning. I'm not crying. Although Meatloaf passed away. Oh, let me read this. My phone just beeped here. So I am. Greetings from Rhode Island. Hello, Annie. I'm on Instagram too, but it'll be a little harder to see on Instagram, so I'm live on Facebook. And sorry, on Instagram, there's a bunch of cords because my camera setup is in front of it. But good morning from Iowa. Good morning from negative numbers in Connecticut. Oh, that's awesome news. I know. I think the dip is like Vicky in the UK. Good afternoon. I don't follow sports, but it's cold. I know. I only follow Michigan State, so I don't know anybody other than that. All right. I am so happy it is Friday too. And with Friday becomes my Friday favorites. Good morning. Happy good morning. I'm on Instagram Live as well. I just thought I would pop in here and I have my favorites. You know what? Every week, you know what? I have like 1,000 favorites a week and then you have to have favorites and you can't think of one. But next week, I've figured out a fun week for you too. And this week's was easy, so don't get alarmed. I do have 5 favorites. Good morning, Alice. Good morning, everybody. Good morning on Instagram. I do have 2. Can you guys hear me? How is the sound? I'm particularly talking on Facebook. I got a new microphone and it's working. Wait a minute. Why does it say microphone is muted? No. Can you hear me? Oh, I know where it's muted over there. Okay. Does it sound good? It's literally a microphone mounted right above my mouth. Oh, Instagram, I think the sound will be good because it's coming from my phone. Sound is good. Just like a little bit like I'm in a tunnel. Hold on. Is this better or worse? I have to adjust the little thing, so I can't hear me. All right. Maybe it sounds better. Better? I just adjusted something. Better when you face the mic. Okay, well, that's not my better side, but okay. Yes. Is it better? Better. Hold on. Let me just aim it more toward me. Really shouldn't do that. All right. Getting better, but not great. Closer is best. Okay, I know that there's adjustments on this. I needed to know if this microphone works. Otherwise, it's going back with the other one. Good. Okay. Hopefully this is better. I mean, I have it. It's right there. Okay. Okay. When I look straight up, it's clear. All right. Well, we're going to go with it. I am trying to make improvements as best I can, and I'll just speak louder and enunciate, which is what I learned in theater anyway. All right. As close to you as possible. I mean, it really couldn't be any closer or it'd be shoved down my throat. So All right. Well, happy Friday. We'll work this out, but I will continue to speak loud. So, hi on Instagram as well. It is Friday favorites. And so, just so you know, because last week I had a lot of people who said, I was taking notes and you talk too fast. Can it move over? It seems to be off center from you. No, it's really right above me. Like it couldn't be any closer to me. Or it could be right here. All right, I'm sorry. So to eliminate the need to take notes, you do not need to take notes. I wrote every single one of my favorite things in my blog. And so everything is there. I really love doing this. And by the way, I'm going to go in and listen to the broadcast after so that I can make adjustments, but thank you for testing out. Maybe my new favorite thing is not my microphone. If you're wondering, I printed out my blog, so I'm not cheating. I just can't remember when I write these things 2 weeks ago, a month ago, or last week or whatever. Okay, so the first favorite thing that I'm going to talk about, actually, I'm going to slightly go out of order because the other day, hopefully this is going to work. Hold on. All right. I think it's going to work. Here we go. My number one favorite thing that I get asked, and especially last week, I think I wore a shirt that first off, I looked exactly like my mother. And I realized it after I watched the video back. My mom said, I have a shirt just like that. So I'm looking more like my mother. It's not a bad thing. My mom has always been a fashion plate in my life. She's always looked amazing. She is always perfect makeup, always looks amazing. If anybody knows my mother, she always looks great. So I will take that as a compliment, but I am 51 and she is slightly older than I am. So I'm not sure I want to dress like my mother, but I get a lot of questions about some of the shirts and stuff and pants. I'm wearing pants, but you can never tell I'm wearing pants, but I'm not sitting here pantsless. Just so you know, I have made it a personal goal in my life to never go in a mall. If you ever find me in a mall, I am there under duress or it's a hostage situation, or maybe there was a restaurant that was located in a mall and I had to walk through the mall to get to the restaurant. But even then, I'm going to park next to the restaurant so I don't have to walk through the mall. This was pre-pandemic. This has been my whole life. It hasn't been like a thing. Now, my mom, on the other hand, I used to call my mom pre-pandemic. Let's talk pre-COVID. I used to call my mom pre-COVID. And I go, Mom, what are you doing? Oh, nothing. No, nothing. I'm just, hanging out, doing whatever. I'm like, Mom, I can hear the Nordstrom's piano guy behind you. And I used to say to my mom, do you know his name? And does he now play your favorites when you walk in? Like Cheers on Norm. Norm on Cheers. So Tony, is anybody with me on this whole I'm never going to a mall thing? So that's my thing. I guess Amazon, by the way, shows up at my door every single day, to the point where I sometimes say to the guy, hey, Fred, how are you? And I leave tips for my Amazon guy because he's so great. So, and I don't always get the same one, but I live in the country, so sometimes I do. I don't buy my clothes. My clothes are all purchased through Stitch Fix. I get so many questions about the shirts I'm wearing, and it's Stitch Fix. Shows up at my door once a month, or I skip a month. Everything, I think about 5 or 6 items come in the box. I was trying to time it so that I would open a Stitch Fix box with you. I probably should have done this next week, and I could have done that. Maybe next time I'll just open one with you. Everything I'm wearing right now on my body, minus my underwear, which probably came from online ordering, is Stitch Fix. So most of the time when you see me wearing something other than a t-shirt, which I shared my t-shirt passion last week, comes from Stitch Fix. And I have a really great relationship with them so far. I do get lots of stuff I send back, but that's okay with me. I have had really good luck. They kind of like really hard to buy for because I am all legs and like no torso. So I'm just a small little torso stuck on two very long legs and a really long, I don't know if that's called inseam. I don't know what that is. But I'm really all legs. I'm 5'8", so it's really hard to buy pants. For some reason, they've kind of nailed it in the pants department. So I've had really good luck with them, and I'm just giving that recommendation. Everybody asks about my shirt. I have a girlfriend who is on Stitch Fix in town. We make a joke about this because I get like jackets. I don't get accessories. However, I'm going to tell them now I do want accessories because I gave away a very cute pair of earrings. And now my ears are pierced. So I'm going to go back and tell them, yes, I can have accessories. I don't do purses. I don't do shoes. So they send me shoes that either, I love the shoes, but they would be far more money than I spend. And I wear two types of shoes. I wear cowboy boots, number one, and Vans. I wear nothing different. Cowboy boots, Vans. It's delivered once a month. I think you can select more. Sometimes I skip a month. That is me. Everything I wear is from Stitch Fix. It's so funny. Michelle just said, hi, Tracy, my daughter loves the jean jacket you painted. Maybe we can get you to paint some pants to go with it. Miss you. It's been a while since we've seen you. Michelle, tell me what size. I'll get the pants and paint them. I have 5 more jean jackets that I have on order because of that situation. Thank you, Michelle. I love a photo of your granddaughter in the jacket. Okay, so that's my thing about Stitch Fix. Here is my thing. Never going to go to a mall again. I don't know how they'll survive without me, but I never used to go anyway. So that's my number one thing for this week because I get asked all the time, where'd you get that shirt? That's where I got it from, Stitch Fix. My girlfriend belongs to it too, so we'll look at each other and go Stitch Fix, and then we'll go order each other's clothes because we have the same taste. So that's it for that. Number 2 on my favorites list, which was actually number 1. But oh, look at this. People are as tall as I am. I was 5'8", but I think I'm shrinking. Okay, my next favorite, by the way, these are all on the blog, so do not get upset with me because they're all there. Okay, hopefully this is working. All right, good. My next favorite thing, and you guys can see this next Wednesday on the Jelly Arts Facebook page. They came out with oh goodness me. You guys know I work with Jelly Arts. I will be live with them next week at noon doing a demo. So they have a perfect placement tool for the larger plates, but they came out with a mini perfect placement tool. This was the packaging. I played with it for the first time. Ooh. I love that people are on Instagram as well. So this is the mini placement tool. I can put it right here so you can see it. There it is. Oh, I guess you don't need to see my keyboard. But there it is. Oh, look at all my tall friends. I love my tall people. By the way, I know my mom, she listens to this the next day. My mom is 5'4". Okay, so the fact my dad's tall. So that's how that happened. All right, next Wednesday you can catch me doing a demo of this, but what is a perfect placement tool? Well, it perfectly places things. What a catchy name. So I'm just showing some of this. I was playing around the last, I was doing some practice with it right out of the gate. First thing I did, and I even wrote down the colors because I was like, okay, I am going to demo next week at noon. So for those of you, I'm looking, it is perfect placement every time. Worked like a gem. Oh, sorry, Instagram. Sorry, Instagram. I was just messing around, but by the way, I'm going to make a mini book with this because I bought a bookbinding tool. Okay. I know. I bought a bookbinding thing. That'll probably go on my favorites. So this was like 2 minutes. I did this. I was with the owner and I was just testing it out. I like to test everything out as if I'm new using it, just like somebody would be if they're opening up the package at home. So for those of you who are wondering, that is the new perfect placement tool. And it's, I think it's like, oh, don't forget to use code Tracy W. If you decide to order from them, use the code TracyW because you save, I don't remember the percentage. Yes, my Jelly Arts demo will be on my Facebook page, the Jelly Arts Facebook page, and my YouTube channel. So yes, it's Shirley to answer that question. Surely it will be recorded. Do you get that? All right. So that's my next favorite because it worked stupendously. Right out of the gate, no issue, worked like a charm. Yes, it will be recorded. Yes, you'll be able to play it after. I'm probably going to do something with the prints that I made. By the way, this was with the 3x5 plate. If you're wondering, if you're on Instagram, it's easier to see this on Facebook, but I still love having you here. So this was with the 6x6 plate, 3x5 plate. I was trying to do 2 on a page. Hi, Glenda. And 5x7. So those were the 3 plates I used. I also used the 8x10, but I like the 8x10. This needs a bigger piece of paper, and I would use the bigger placement tool for that. So, all right, that handles that perfect placement tool. Now I'm going to answer some questions from last week, and if you have questions for this week or want to see some of my favorites for this week, all you got to do is ask. See, I write everything down. Okay, what are my favorite watercolors and pens, markers, pens or markers? I get this, another question I get asked a lot. So, yes, Shirley, we will get Jelly Arts projects in mixed media makers. Yes, we will. Can you use it with your journaling Jelly Arts kit? Kate, let me pull it out and I'll find out. Yes, because the 5x7. I just have to think about that border. Yes, the book is 6x9. Great question. If I remember in my demo next week, I'll pull that out. Okay, so let's talk about my favorite watercolors. If you're a beginner, I like anything that you can get your hands on. I believe in using what you have. So if you have those Crayola or Prang watercolors, those are my favorite. Okay. As far as my favorites, as you build up in your, now I do have a discount and stuff with Art Philosophy. I should say that. My number one, I have a cleaner set. Oh, it's in here. No, it's not. Well, this is if you're just starting out and you're looking, by the way, I put these all on. I have a whole section dedicated to, where is it? The link, I can put the link to watercolors. Hold on. Okay. If you're looking for my favorite watercolors, I do put this on my blog and stuff, and I do talk about that. So it's all on there, and I shared all the links in this week's. Okay, so this is called the Classic Set by Art Philosophy or Prima. Probably my number one go-to, what I teach from set, because if you have the primaries, you have everything in this world. So this is that set. Now, this is my really very used one because I use it all the time. I just opened a brand new one, but this is the set that my go-to. Most or all of the Art Philosophy Prima sets, I have them all, I think, because they sent them to me. Oh. Here they are. I use them all the time. There they are. So a lot of them I haven't dug into yet. If I had to tell you my 2 favorites from Art Philosophy, you can go to my website. Everything is there. Go to my resources page. It's all there. My favorites would be Classics, Currents, Odyssey. Woodlands. Okay. Now that's a very nice price point. Very nice price point, by the way. And now if you're looking to bump up and you're looking to go better better quality. Sorry, Art Philosophy. I know I work with you. I love my Sennelier set. This is a French watercolor, or French Sennelier. It's water. I love this set. The colors are so vivid. They come in different sizes. I think I ordered the largest one, but I didn't get this. It's not cheap. I did not get this until A, I could afford it. B, it's part of my occupation. So it's a write-off. No. And then probably just above the Sennelier set, Daniel Smith. You cannot beat Daniel Smith. Now, I like their tubed watercolors. They have their panned watercolors, but they're not all available in pans. Daniel Smith is like the Cadillac of watercolors. They are just amazing. So this set you can buy all together, and I think I give a link to that in my resources. This set I compiled. I put together. I just ordered their pans and put it in. So I haven't even done it was just all the colors that didn't come in this set. So Daniel Smith. Cecilia said she treated herself to the Sennelier set. I love it, but my husband will never. Oh, oops. Okay. Yeah, it's not cheap, but as far as watercolor goes and vivid and whatnot, that's a lot of people ask me about it. And that's the set I use. But when I'm teaching and travel, I love the Prima sets or the Art Philosophy. It's the same company. And if you go to my resources page, I have an affiliate with them. They're great. Okay, so we talked about watercolors. I covered that. Next thing, the next question I got was about pens and markers. And of course, a horse is a horse, of course. My favorite is Sharpie. I love you, Sharpie. I love you at Home Depot. I love you everywhere in this little world. I have loved you since love was created. But I get a lot of questions about other pens other than Sharpie because sometimes people are really sensitive to the smell of Sharpies. I personally love the smell. I will tell you, I don't buy the whole sets of watercolors Sharpies, the colors. I have them. I personally use black. Black. And I gave you my favorites as being obsessed with the ultra fine chisel tip. Yes. Okay. Now this is a question I get all the time. Do I like the dual barrel fine and ultra fine Sharpie? I do have these, and I use them when I take my art journal out and about, and I have both tips, but I don't love them. Here's why I don't love them. One of the ends goes bad before the other end. I know that's a silly reason, but I can't stand when I pick up a pen and one end is bad and I feel bad throwing it away, and they're more expensive. But I keep them on hand because they're so handy to have one or two around that I can take on the road. Okay, my other obsession, and somebody noticed the price of these are not cheap, is the Sharpie Brush Pen. I used it last Wednesday. I think, no, I used it with your Artful Journey. I'll use it again. It's the Sharpie Brush Pen. I just ordered a dozen of these lately. I can't get enough of that thing. And it's sparking my creativity. Now, as far as other pens that I recommend, and they don't seem to have an odor, and these are great pens. I just want to give some alternatives. I do like the Faber Castell Pit Pens. I do like these. They come in a set or they sold individually. And you cannot beat the Micron. Micron, who makes these? I think it's Sakura. Sakura is Micron. They don't have I don't think they have an odor to them. No. No, I don't think so. Or I just can't smell. I don't know if I have my sense of smell back, so. No smell. No smell. That's a thick tip. A lot of people do have. I love Microns. I do. They're more pricey than my Sharpies, and I order Sharpie by the dozen from my supplier. So I use those all the time. So those are my favorite pens. I broke those down. My favorite markers, which, by the way, Sharpie probably is a marker. I don't know the difference. Marker pen. The last thing I'm going to talk about is like paint pens. I don't use them a ton, but when I need them, they're super handy. I use Posca, black and white, and I gave the sets I used. They come, what is this? Oh. Okay, here was a pen I ordered to try, or somebody gave me to try, and I never, the Unit pen, water and fade proof pigment ink. Okay, well, here's another set that I've never used. I'll try these. I'll try these this week. They were given to me, so I didn't. All right, Posca for me are great. And by the way, my new latest obsession is Posca Brush. Oh, I don't know if it's easy. This is easier to see. Posca has a brush tip. Nothing works like a brush than a brush, but this, hopefully you'll be able to see this. Yeah. I have been using this brush tip. I love it. This is the white. Ew. If anybody watches how, I got to make sure that goes in right. Okay. And you pump the end of it. I like it because you don't have to push down on it. Look at those. Look at those brush strokes. So this is, I ordered these about a month ago, I think. And then you press down here. You press at the tip versus pumping it from the tip. You know, you go to the end of the pen versus most of those paint pens, you have to press down on the nib. So I kind of like it. You control the flow. I never have really much luck. So those are my paint pens. I don't really do a ton with a lot of colors because I use my paints as my color. But these Posca pens also work with my acrylics. So those are broken down. Every single one of those is broken down on my blog with a link if you're interested, because last week somebody said they were writing too many notes and they didn't get everything I said. Well, I don't blame you. I think that's it, right? Yep. That's it for the Friday favorites, under 20 minutes. Yes, sorry, Bob. If you have any questions, I want to write down. What do you want to see now? I know what we're doing maybe next week or the week after. First off, I want to know what you want to see. So start letting me know what you would like to see because I will deliver upon that. I love to answer direct questions. The question came up about my camera setup. This is how I write notes. You can't see that. My camera setup, and I'm happy to answer that. I've been fine-tuning things and changing stuff around. The microphone was my last piece to fit in that puzzle, and I couldn't get it exactly the way I wanted it. So also I did this whole setup, so I could probably talk about that one day. Next week, I thought I would take a field trip. Not me personally, but I could film part of it. I love hardware stores. So hardware stores, I was going to do an episode on hardware store finds. Would you be interested in that? When do you do art journaling for beginners? Sherry, when you say do it, I'm not sure what you mean. I do have a live demo. My live demo on Wednesdays goes into there now as well. You need to be more specific with that question. I love hardware stores. I used to go to the hardware trade show every year for work, and I absolutely love hardware stores, and we have a great little True Value. That's really one of my favorites. But I was going to do a whole thing on 5 of my 5 favorites from hardware stores. But I really want to know what else you want to hear. And I will break this down every week. I'll even repeat it. If you missed something, it's in my blog, and I can always give a link. Oh, Sherry, sometimes on Saturdays, I have a new social media person who is now going to take that, but we didn't want to throw that at her right away. We will go back to the Saturday demos on art journaling for beginners. Thank you for that specific question. I just need somebody to help me with the scheduling of that. Okay. Yes, hardware stores is fine. I think the lighting is too bright and makes you look washed out. Oh, okay. Well, I will turn that off. Okay. Now you tell me. Okay. It's a bit crazy. Okay. Well, I have no lights on now. All right. When will you open Mixed Media Makers for members? Couldn't afford to join for a year. Wait a minute. If you're a founding member, it's already open. If you're looking to join Mixed Media Makers, we are going to have a challenge right there, a workshop, February 4th through the 7th. I hope I got that right. Okay, good. Love hardware stores. Denise, hopefully my lighting is better. I work with that. It's just I come in here in the morning and just start going. All right. I am who I am. All right. Any other questions before I leave you on this Friday? I want to see your making. Vicki, can you describe what UR is? I want to see what you're making. Oh, what I'm making for the workshop? I don't have any of the Paul Rubens sets. I could probably order one to tell you. I don't have any. I'm gonna go look at those. Oh, you're not hurting my feelings. I'm good. Oh, I'm writing that down. Denise, it takes a lot more. Is the lighting better? It is really washed out right now. And you know what? I know why it is. I know what it is. I have so much light that comes into my office. All right. Is this what you want to see? Is this what you want to say? It's got so many techniques. The sign-ups will be coming for that soon. All right. I think, cannot wait for the challenge. Can we join the challenge? Everybody can join the challenge. I hope so. Yes. I think the cost is $10. Yay. Is there a significant difference in watercolor paints, cheap versus expensive? Sometimes, yes. You get what you pay for. Carrie, great question. You do sometimes get what you pay for. So Denise, by the way, that was not my lighting. It was the Lord's lighting that was washing me out. Yes, I would say, yeah. And there are certain watercolor sets. I'm going to say this from the standpoint of fine art. Daniel Smith, it has the most vivid pigments in their watercolors. So that is where I come from. I mean, like, I love their water. They're not cheap, but you do notice a significant difference. There is a set of watercolors. I don't like to say what I don't like. There is a set of watercolors at a big box store named after a man. And their inexpensive watercolor set is real chalky and it cracks. And I think you can get the set Crayola beats that set 10 times over. So I don't like to say what I don't like, but that particular set, and I know a lot of people buy it. I think beginners get very what's the word, discouraged when they see me paint with my watercolors and they're using that particular set and it gets chalky or it cracks and they're not getting that vivid pigment. So I like to tell people, like, sometimes that investment in stepping up in the watercolors also has to do with your paper. Oh, we should go over paper. Paper makes a big difference with brushes and paints, believe it or not. Paper makes a huge difference. Thank you. So Carrie just said she is struggling with a particular set that rhymes with oi. Yeah, and that's why I tell beginners, go straight to the Crayolas, skip over some of those other sets that are beginner sets. Okay. If you're already in the mixed media group, do we have to pay for the mixed media challenge? I don't think so. I'll verify, but I don't think so. I'll see how that works. Good question. Paper sounds great. Please talk about marker papers as well as the other types. Oh, now marker papers, I will. I only use marker papers when I'm using my brush pens for lettering, and I don't do a ton of that. So yes. Okay. Any other questions before I go? It really drives my thought process when I'm out and about. And this weekend I happen to be going to a hardware store. So maybe I'll do a little taping within the hardware store and I can share that clip because now I know how to do that. I'll work on the lighting because I need, at my age, to have the best lighting possible. If you're wondering why my hair is in a ponytail, I'm getting my hair done this morning. Never know what color that's going to turn out to be. So I have it up because I'm not allowed to wash it when I go in. And any other questions or things that you want to see me break down, I don't mind it at all. I love answering questions. I get so many questions via Instagram and Messenger. And I'm going to turn off. Well, that set of watercolors is broken. I'm going to turn this off by Instagram. I just don't want to have to forget that. All right. No harm, no foul. I get a lot of questions. I don't particularly get on Messenger or email and start typing all these details back. I usually just put them in my blog because there's so many of them that sometimes, and I just kind of tally up in my brain what I'm being asked the most. And right away last week, people asked me about watercolors. Oh, a wonderful question. I totally knew that. Oh my God. I love questions like this. You know where I'm going? I don't know how to say your name. Elsaba? Elsaba? I want to get that right. All right. Totally new to art. What do you need to begin? Oh my God. So for your Artful Journey members, that's my membership. I'm going to tell you, I'll end with that question, but I really recommend that you go over to my blog because everything that I'm going to tell you is there. And I'm just going to post that link. If I were just starting, here's what I would get my hands on. An art journal or some paper. That doesn't have to be an art journal. I just like to put my stuff in there. Watercolors, Sharpies, a white pen, which I have as well. Brushes. That's it. Those are the 5. I always level it down to 5. That's why I do 5 favorites. Art journal, watercolors, brushes, Sharpies, or a black permanent marker and a white marker or pen. There you go. I think that's it. I think those are my 5. Okay. And another thing, if you're just beginning or you're advanced, whatever, every Wednesday I'm on this Facebook page. I do a free demo every Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You can go over to my blog. I put all of those projects in there. I just started doing that along with my products that I'm using. And you could go to my YouTube channel, all for free. Okay. Now, obviously, my memberships and all that, I deep dive with them and we talk and we go deeper in everything and all of our exercises. If you're looking to join Mixed Media Makers, you can do that in February. Okay, that's the end of my 5 favorites. I have to go get my hair cut and I'll work on the lighting. I thought I did, but have a wonderful Friday. I love you all and I will see you Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. Thank you so much.